Okay, now, before I get right into this video, you're wondering why I'm smiling right now because I got to speak about something at this particular time. But before I do it, please comment, like, share, subscribe, notification bell on top. Also, give me the thumbs up because the thumbs up is what makes my videos travel all over social media, YouTube land, and wherever my videos may go after the thumbs has been smashed. And without you, none of it wouldn't be possible. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. I'm smiling because I just got through noticing something that the Eagles have been doing the last 3 years, and the reason why they are so successful. It's about drafting players and bringing in free agents that fit the mold of your team. What I mean by that, I mean personality-wise, everybody that's out to want to go, kind of like a family atmosphere, and that's what they've been speaking about for the past 2 years now, with the hiring of Nick Sirianni, who came in and established a new culture that should have been installed years ago. The last time the Eagles had this kind of culture is when Andy Reid was head coach. When Andy Reid became head coach, he installed a new culture in the NFL as far as playing with the Philadelphia Eagles. When he was here the 16 years that he was here with the Philadelphia Eagles, he installed a new culture, a new background. It was to a point where players from different teams wanted to play for the Eagles. And we had the luxury of that. But when they brought in Chip Kelly, when they fired Andy Reid, that culture changed. It was like everybody was for themselves. Everybody didn't care about what was happening. It was like they were playing for a coach who didn't care about family atmosphere, which is why he released Deshaun Jackson, traded away LaShawn McCoy, and he let Jeremy Maclin go. He let let me see, who did he let go? He let, I forgot the name of that right guard, Todd Herman. He let Todd Herman go. He let Trent Cole go. I mean, I can go here and sit and think about all the players that he had let loose, trade or release, and they wound up playing for other teams, had better careers when they should have when they should have finished their career here in Philadelphia. And so that culture of family displayed it when he became head coach. And the Eagles lost that for a moment. But then in comes forgot the head coach's name, but he helped us win our first Super Bowl. I can't think of his name off the bat, but you guys knew who I'm talking about. He came in, he established that same family culture. He brought in new players in the 4 years he was here. He's now the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I can't think of his name, but I'll think about it at some point. But I just want to go ahead and make everything clear before I get to that point. The point is that when we won our first Super Bowl with this head coach, he was actually reestablishing that same culture that we lost 4 or 5 years ago when Kelly became head coach. And when he came back and he established that family atmosphere, it just that players at the time didn't want to play, even when he was head coach, because the Eagles were still in some type of turmoil and for as still win our first Super Bowl. Even though that didn't matter, the Super Bowl is what mattered the most, because like I said, we had our first Super Bowl, our first parade. Also, after he was fired, then they brought in Nick Sirianni. And Nick Sirianni brought in a different type of culture. And it wasn't the same culture that we had from Andy Reid and from the previous 2 coaches. He brought something different. And the difference is that everybody don't care about money. They wanted to win. And when you win, you get goals accomplished. He established that. He established a new age family atmosphere. And now you got players from different from different clubs want to play for the Eagles, even if they are free agents or if they are guys under the last year of their deals. This is the reason why you hear guys like Buda Baker and other players from different teams who are in the last years of their contracts, and why we get in so many links to it. It ain't just because of Nick Sirianni, it's because teams recognize that we have a new type of culture here. And you got to think Nick Sirianni, you also got to think Hurts. Hurts brought in a new type of leadership, something that Carson Wentz couldn't do. See, Carson Wentz was all about himself, and that's the reason why he was in the situation that he wound up in, and that's why he bounced around the league. When you don't establish yourself as a top-tier quarterback and people recognize who you are, and leadership-wise, you're not going to get that kind of feedback. And we got so many negative feedback when Carson Wentz was head coach, and that's when Carson Wentz was the quarterback, and that's one reason why we wound up losing so many games the last 3 or 4 years when was the coach. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just a whole new different type of game plan for the Eagles and for family wise. And so you see all this, and that's why on everybody last year, when Nick Sirianni always approached the podium after a game, you always see him bring the children. So when you see coaches bring their children at the podium and media sessions, that should let you know right there what type of culture we have going here. And so, and that is a beautiful thing. And that's one of the reasons why that I like what's going on with this Eagles organization. And I'm enjoying it. And most importantly, I think all the fans are enjoying it. And that's why I'm liking what I'm seeing here. And that's one reason why I don't, only reason why I don't believe a lot of things that goes on and what I hear. Because when I see it, I know it. And when I know it, it's because I've seen it. So, without any further ado, man, I'm just happy that we are a team that's continuing to ascend. We're not down spiraling like most teams are, like the Dallas Cowboys. I can't mention the New York Giants because the New York Giants are coming up. I can't say much about the New York Giants, but I can say a lot about the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Even though the Cowboys' window is closing, despite what Mark Holmes might say, Cowboys are spiraling. They are spiraling down, down, down. While the Eagles and the Giants are going up, 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 Cowboys and Commanders are going down, down, down because they don't have what they call family atmosphere. When you don't establish that, you ain't gonna get much accomplished. You ain't gonna win much, and teams and players not gonna want to play for you. That's just that simple and plain. That's why we got so much hate coming up against us, because teams and players recognize we got family atmosphere. And when you got one of the best GMs, the number one GM in the NFL is Howard Roseman, you can get these type of things accomplished. See, a lot of people thought we were going to fall off because we lost some players via free agency. We had up to 20 guys up for free agency, and the Eagles signed 15 of those guys right back. I'm not going to sit up here and name them all, but you know who they are. Mainly with Slay and what's the other boy named Blackberry. Those two were the mainstays. We tried to re-sign C.J. Johnson or whatever his name is, you know what I'm saying? But he continued to be arrogant. He wanted more money, and the Eagles weren't going to offer that much money. They offered him a 4-year contract, with the last year of that deal being as much as $24 million. What kind of person would turn down that kind of money? See, I think Howard Roseman them thinking that, well, if all other players were fought in that suit, he would too, but he didn't. He was thinking about himself, and that's one of the reasons why he left, and the Eagles weren't trying to re-sign him. So the hell with C.J. Johnson, you know what I'm saying? This is a guy who I at one point liked, but after he did what he did and said what he said about the Eagles organization, forget him. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be better with or without him. That's one of the reasons why you draft well. That's the reason why you recognize top tier free agents who were willing to follow the program that you're trying to install. When they see that, they come there. You know, it's kind of like the New England way, but a little different. See, Bill Belichick with the Patriots, he established some sort of a family atmosphere with New England. And that's why you saw, that's why Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls with them. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at that, and that what happened over there is happening with the Eagles, but a little bit more different. We are a little bit more of a happy face family atmosphere than New England with the frown face atmosphere, because we've heard so many things about them, negative wise, or more negative than positive. You gotta think about the deflate gate. You got to think about all the things that New England has done in the past that count against them. They even did one thing where it cost them a first and a second round pick and one draft pick here a while back. So you got to look at all the things that you do negative that's going to impact the team. You also got to look at what positive they're going to impact the team. You want more positive than you want negative. Like I said, when you got guys like Hurts, Howard Roseman, Nick Sirianni, Jeff Lurie, I forgot the general manager name. What's his name? What's his name? Vice President Smoleski, whatever his name. I can't pronounce his name right off the bat, but you guys know he's a little thin guy, bald-headed with glasses. These guys have established a culture that's like no other in the NFL. So when you got that family atmosphere, you got togetherness, you got competitive, you got what they call it, group gatherings. I mean people that's going to communicate, talk to one another, not be against one another. You want players that are going to mesh together instead of being against one another. See, I believe if the Eagles have kept C.J. Johnson on their roster, I believe he would have made a negative impact on the Eagles in the locker room. We don't want that. Because, see, his character, okay, your character speaks for you. If you got a negative character, it's going to carry out as negative. And it could be hard to get that positivity back after you being negative. C.J. Johnson was negative. He was negative to begin with. I mean, when he came to the Philadelphia Eagles trade, I was happy because he displayed the attitude, the moxie that the Eagles care a lot of. The Eagle fans care a lot about. See, he care about that toughness, that moxie, and that low-key profile. And most importantly, we also care about the underdog mentality. C.J. Johnson had all of that, but he let everything go away when he tried to get more money for what he's worth. Don't get me wrong, C.J. Johnson does deserve the payday. I'm not hating on the guy. I'm just hating on his character because he let negative character speak for himself instead of him speaking for the character. And that's what sickens me. I one of the reasons why the Eagles did not re-sign him or try to re-sign him. I mean, they offered him a 4-year deal, but he didn't want to go with the 4-year deal. He wanted more money up front. And in between the 4-year contract, the Eagles wouldn't even offer that. You know what I'm saying? I think if he had took that 4-year contract, the Eagles probably would have reworked that deal probably in the second or third year of the contract. So he didn't think about that. He didn't think about that at all. But when he did that, that's one reason why the Eagles went on and brought Bradbury back and they brought Slay back on the cheaper contracts. And them guys ain't gonna be here very long. And you got to think about what's his name? You got to think about Brandon Graham, who's under a 1-year, $10 million contract. And you got Fletcher Cox, who's under a 1-year, $12 million contract. I believe that's what they get, $12 million, I believe, 12, 13 million, somewhere longer been there. So you got to think about all of that. So when you accept less money and you only after one thing and one thing only, that works for you. Because we all know that Fletcher Cox will not be back after this year. We all know that Brandon Graham will be back after this year. And you also got to look at Jason Kelce. He also back under a 1-year deal. So you got a lot of veterans who are on the 1-year deals, who are future Hall of Famers. We know Cox has the chance to be a Hall of Famer. We know Kelsey is a shoe-in. Then you got to think about Brandon Graham, who has up to 70 sacks. He's an Eagles Hall of Famer. We're not sure if he's gonna make the Hall of Fame or not. Then you got to look at Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson being considered a future Hall of Famer. So you got to look at all of these guys who have reworked their deals or have signed 1-year deals to come back on the 1-year basis. You got to make room for to get better players and to better your team. That's what it's all about. And C.J. Johnson didn't think that way. He was thinking for himself. When you think for yourself, you don't deserve to be on the team that help you get to where you are. When the Saints drafted you, you wanted more money from the Saints, and the Saints wouldn't offer when to give the money. And a fan base were wondering why the Saints did not offer you that money. Now we see why. You let your character show for you. Even though the Eagles wanted to re-sign you, you decide to get the big head and think about yourself, and you still got a cheap contract. What's it, $6 million 1 year, $6 million, $8 million, somewhere along up in there? That's still a low ball contract on the 1-year deal. You may think that's a lot, but then you got to think about the signing bonus. I think it's an $8 million contract with $3 or $4 million guaranteed, somewhere along, but I think it's $4 million, I believe. So you still lowballed yourself when you went with a cheaper deal with the Detroit Lions. So I wish you the best of luck. Do what you do. Help the Detroit Lions win, because they are an up-and-coming team. So help them win. Do what you do. But if you still think you're gonna win a Super Bowl ring, you are certainly wrong for thinking that, and you are undoubtedly wrong. So I ain't got no more to say for you, C.J. Johnson. Other than I'm glad the Eagles let you go, because you wasn't the guy who we thought you were going to be. And so, but with that being said, man, I mean, family atmosphere, man. Family atmosphere. That's what it's all about. It ain't about the money. It ain't about the it ain't about the glamour and the gleam. It's about family. And when you put family first, you get a lot of things accomplished. We all know it's God, family, and life. That's what it's about. You put God first, then family, then life. The Eagles got all 3 of these categories within the organization. That's one of the reasons why they're where they are now. And I have a feeling we're going to win the NFC East, not twice, but probably 3 or 4 times, because as long as this roster continue to be the same, because you know we're going to lose about 4 or 5 players after this season comes to an end. If we continue to draft well, we will be better. I guarantee you that. We ain't going to sink. Our ship's not going to sink. We're going to stay afloat, baby. And that's what I see. So now, let me go interview on a high note right quick, guys. Wow. I'm proud of my team. I've been an Eagles fan for 43 years. This season starts. I'm proud. And ain't nothing wrong with me. You know what I'm saying? I love my boys. I love my team. I stick with the Eagles this long. They won their first Super Bowl out of 3 or 4 tries. I ain't got nothing to say. And everybody's still saying, oh, we got 1 ring. We got 1 ring. Yeah, we got 1 ring, but we also got 4 other rings following that 1 Super Bowl ring. And you can say it's years ago since we won those rings, NFL championships. That may be true. But we still got those rings, do we? Which is much less some of you guys out there can't say. But we do. So I'm not mad. I ain't disappointed. And most important, I'm not even sad. So, without any further ado, let me get off this phone or get off the video and get to work. Cause this is your boy, y'all, the Almighty Green Talent. Just bringing up some information, let you guys know how I feel about my team and the family atmosphere that's with the Philadelphia Eagles. Cause someone that I got to watching the video, I think it's Philly Mike, and he mentioned about family atmosphere, stuff of that nature. So I decided I should come on here and make a video based on that, so you guys know where I stand as a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You know what I'm saying? I got over 30 jerseys, and they all different from the old to the new. I post them on social media. If you haven't seen it, go back and check out my social media. And I am D-Rock on Facebook. So if you want to become a Facebook friend of mine, look up D-Rock. You'll find me there. And if you want to go to my TikTok page, look for D-Rock the Almighty. D-Rock the Argonaut. Look for D-Rock the Argonaut. If you want to go to my Instagram page, look for DJ_Pixel. This is your boy, the Almighty Green Talent, and I am out of here. You guys enjoy your Tuesday. I'm definitely going to enjoy mine, and I'm out of here. Peace.